Grace Kelly, the untold story behind her crown. Welcome to Memorandum, the podcast where we remember timeless icons and draw inspiration from their extraordinary journeys. I'm Nefertiti, and today we are stepping into the world of elegance, resilience, and destiny. Our episode is dedicated to Grace Kelly, the Hollywood star who became Princess of Monaco. Grace Kelly's name is synonymous with glamour, poise, and timeless beauty. Born in Philadelphia in 1929, she came from a family of achievement and ambition. Her father, John Kelly, was an Olympic gold medalist in rowing, and her mother, Margaret, was a strong, determined woman who valued discipline and education. From a young age, Grace was fascinated by acting, even though her family encouraged a more traditional path. She found her way onto the stage, and eventually the silver screen, where her elegance and natural charm captivated audiences across the world. Imagine being a young woman in post-war America chasing a dream that many thought was unreachable. Grace Kelly lived that dream and more. Grace Kelly's career was short in years, yet vast in influence. In just 6 years, she appeared in 11 films, each one leaving an indelible mark on cinema. Imagine that, less than a decade on screen, yet decades of admiration that followed. Her breakout came in High Noon in 1952, where she starred alongside Gary Cooper. Hollywood noticed her immediately. Grace didn't shout for attention. She commanded it quietly, through presence, posture, and eyes that conveyed more than entire pages of dialogue. Then came her unforgettable collaboration with Alfred Hitchcock. In Dial M for Murder, Rear Window, and To Catch a Thief, Hitchcock saw in Grace what he rarely found in others, a balance of elegance and depth. She became his perfect lady, embodying what he described as the woman of icy beauty with a burning heart. Take Rear Window, for example. Grace Kelly as Lisa Fremont was chic, adventurous, and clever. She climbed across balconies in stilettos to solve mysteries. That performance wasn't just glamorous, it was daring. Viewers admired her not only for her beauty, but for her courage. Her acting career peaked with The Country Girl in 1954, where she stripped away the glamour to play the weary wife of an alcoholic musician. It won her an Academy Award for Best Actress. Critics marveled at how she could embody both dazzling charm and unvarnished realism. Then came the turning point, Cannes 1955. Grace Kelly traveled to France for the film festival, and during a staged photo shoot, she met Prince Rainier III of Monaco. What started as a polite encounter became letters, conversations, and eventually a romance that captivated the world. By 1956, the fairy tale unfolded live on television screens across America and Europe. Grace Kelly, the Hollywood star, became Princess of Monaco. Over 30 million people watched the wedding, an unprecedented event for its time. Yet beyond the glitter, Grace carried a new role with responsibility. She championed charities for children, supported the arts, and invested her influence in causes that strengthen Monaco's cultural and humanitarian presence. Her life teaches us something profound. Reinvention does not mean abandoning yourself. Grace Kelly never stopped being the thoughtful, artistic woman from Philadelphia. She simply transformed, weaving her artistry into a new chapter of service and dignity. What does that tell us about our own journeys? When we face a change, whether it's career, relationships, or identity, can we carry our essence with us just as Grace Kelly did? Grace Kelly's legacy is layered, far greater than the films or the fairy tale. First, her cultural impact. She remains one of the most admired fashion icons in history. Designers still reference her timeless elegance. The Kelly bag by Hermes became famous because of her. When she was photographed using it to shield her pregnancy from the cameras, the image cemented her association with understated sophistication. To this day, that handbag is a symbol of quiet luxury. Second, her influence on cinema. Even though she left Hollywood at the height of her career, her performances continue to inspire actors and filmmakers. She showed that restraint could be powerful, that stillness could speak volumes, and that glamour and intelligence could coexist on screen. Her humanitarian contributions. As Princess of Monaco, she created the Princess Grace Foundation, dedicated to supporting local artists, children, and humanitarian causes. Long after her time, that foundation still nurtures creativity and compassion around the world. And most importantly, her personal legacy, the lesson of grace itself. She lived with dignity, she carried herself with respect, and she balanced ambition with humility. How do we define grace in our modern world? Is it about appearance, or is it about kindness in action, courage in transformation, and authenticity in every chapter of life? For us today, Grace Kelly is not only a memory, she is an invitation to live fully, to reinvent with courage, and to bring beauty into our world through our choices. As we reflect on the life of Grace Kelly, we see a story that bridges Hollywood and royalty, artistry and service, ambition and compassion. She remains a figure of time's inspiration, reminding us that grace is not simply something we see, it's something we practice. Thank you for joining me on this journey into her life here on Memorandum. If this story of Grace Kelly has inspired you, I invite you to share it with a friend who loves classic Hollywood, royal history, or simply stories that uplift the spirit. Make sure you subscribe to Memorandum Podcast on the Nefertiti channel, where every episode is crafted to remember extraordinary people and the lessons they leave behind. And don't forget, tomorrow a brand new episode is waiting for you, featuring another iconic inspiration whose story continues to shape the way we see the world. Until then, I leave you with this thought. Carry your own kind of grace into every role you play in life. Just as Grace Kelly did, you can create a legacy of elegance, courage, and kindness.